All right, guys, let's get into some NCAA basketball picks and props for Monday, March 4th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, we swept the game picks. And myself, I gave out Memphis -7.5 going up against UAB. And Memphis, they covered this game and dominated, especially in the second half. And Memphis, they actually outscored UAB ×2 in the second half. They went on a 32-6 run, and they did not look back. Memphis, they're actually down 22-plus points in this game, fought back, and covered. Shout out Bear.
Yeah, Quinterly hit a half-court shot to cut it to 15 at the half, and they walked off the floor like they just hit a game winner. I was watching this game. It was like anything I've never seen before. They had like a 24-2 run. I live bet them at plus 12.5 to back. Yeah, I took them a money line at like plus 6.5. They covered the -7.5 for us. That was a great game by Memphis and a great play by you. I had a 1-0 day as well. I gave out Nebraska -7.5 at home. They were covering the spread probably 7 minutes into the game, and they never let it go. Got a little bit dicey towards the end of the game, but they covered the entire way. They won by double digits. So Nebraska -7.5 did hit for the 2-0 sweep for us. Trey, let's go with the player props. How do you start us off?
Yeah, and I also got a win on the player props because I gave out David Jones over 20.5 points going up against UAB. Jones, he had himself a day. He finished with 32 points this game on senior night, and he did not look back. It looks like he's ready to take that next step in the NBA. If Memphis makes some noise in the NCAA tournament, I expect him to be a first rounder. Come on, put some respect.
He's so good. I gave out Jamison Battle over 16.5 points per game. Trey, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the number one thing I look for when I take a player prop?
Opportunities.
Very good. Opportunities, taking shots. Jamison Battle took his lowest shots of the season, 5 total shots. So if he would have made everything, we still would have hit the under. Not going to happen today with my guy I'm going to look at. So hopefully I can bounce back from that 0-1 day. Trey, let's go to the group play. I don't know what happened in this game because Maryland was dominating the entire way through. I should be 0-1 for myself. It shouldn't be 0-2. Wait, this is not the right graphic, is it?
I downloaded it.
Did I not update it? Anyway, Trey took a win. I took a loss. Maryland was up by, I think it was 16. And then Indiana just all of a sudden went on like a 20-4 run. It was insane. They were on the road as well. Maryland just choked. They pissed down their leg. Don't know what happened. Trey gets the win. I take the loss. Let's go to the group play for tomorrow. Great game here in the ACC. Duke going up against North Carolina State. Duke's laying 5.5 on the road, over under 148.5. I know where I'm going, but I'm going to have you start.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game to watch. We recently just saw NC State take on their in-state rival in North Carolina at North Carolina, and NC State, they lost by 9 points. So it's not too surprising to see them be dogs here at home, but it is kind of surprising to see them be this big of dogs here at home. But we need to factor in something. In Duke's last road game, they got the court stormed on them, and it pissed them the fuck off. I don't think they're going to allow that to happen here in this game. Give me Duke -5.5. I expect them to just control this game and just to dominate. I do not think that they want the court stormed on them again this season. So I expect Duke to dominate here.
Storm the court. Storm the court here in this game. We're taking NC State on the money line. I don't want the points. This team has a 1% chance to make the NCAA tournament. If they win this game, those odds go way up. They can also make a run in the ACC tournament. I love the money line play here. NC State's going to win this game outright. They're coming off an emotional loss. They were up by double digits against North Carolina. They blew that game in the second half. They're not going to blow this game. They're going to beat Duke outright. They're going to storm the court. Duke's going to be yapping and yelling again at the court storming. Holy hell. Take NC State here on the money line as the play. You got Duke. I've got NC State. Let's go to the plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be breaking down this Weber State going up against Montana State game, and this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. One team is significantly better than the other, though. When Weber State, they come in this game with a 20-10 record. They're also 12-15 ATS. They are 11-6 in conference play, and the Wildcats, they are 7-6 on the road this year. In Montana State, they enter this game with a 13-17 record. They're also 13-14 ATS. And Montana State, they're 8-9 in conference play. The Bobcats, they are 9-7 at home this year. And these two teams, they've already played once this year at Weber State. And Weber State, they won that game by 22 points. And I have to expect something similar here in this game. Give me Weber State. I'm going to take them -2.5. I wish I could take the money line, but the money line is just too juiced. And I believe that Weber State, they're just going to control this game from tip-off to final buzzer. This is the last game of their regular season. And with a win here, Weber State secures a conference bye with the number 2 seed and a matchup against a bottom barrel opponent in the conference tournament, which is a huge advantage. And I believe that's going to motivate them to come in this game and walk out with a massive win. And if they win in this game and Eastern Washington loses, then they have a share of the conference title. And that's huge for Weber State. Lastly, Weber State, they have a higher ranked offense and a higher ranked defense, according to KenPom, comparative to Montana State. And the reason why I think they're going to roll in there here in this game is because of the pace that their offense plays at. I simply do not believe that Montana State is going to be able to keep up with Weber State here. So give me the road team to roll, just like they did against them earlier this season. I'm taking Weber State minus 2.5 against Montana State.
Yeah, Trey, I like to play there for you. For my play today, we're going to be looking at the Big 12, Texas, going on the road to face off against Baylor. We've had a system in the Big 10 and the Big 12. Trey and I have been talking about it, and it's usually just take the home team laying the points or getting the points, because both of these leagues and the conferences, I feel like all these conferences, really, the team that travels on the road typically does not cover. In this spot, though, I'm going against that. I'm taking Texas +7 to cover the spread. Both teams are coming into this game winners of their last two, and I think both teams are playing great basketball at the right time. Neither one of these teams have to worry about making the tournament. They're both basically in. Baylor for sure. Texas has a 95% chance to get in. But the one advantage that I see in this game for Texas is that Texas has a little bit more to fight for, because they're on the line right now, potentially having to play in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. They're in the 8th spot right now in the conference, and if they win this game, they can move from the 8th spot all the way to tied for 4th place in the conference. If they manage to get a top 4 spot, that would be a double bye for them. So I do think they're going to put all the chips on the table in this one going on the road against Baylor. Texas has surprisingly been decent on the road also. They have a losing record on the season on the road, but the points have always traveled with them. They've scored 72-plus points in every game but Kansas and Houston on the road this season in the Big 12. You give me 72 points with this Texas team, I'll take that all day long, plus the 7 points we're getting. I don't think Baylor can reach 80 points. Baylor, on the other hand, they're sitting nicely in that 3 spot. They could probably afford to lose this game and still have a double bye come tournament time. In the first match between these teams, the stats were nearly even. Texas shot a little bit better from the field than Baylor, but it was basically even, and Texas took that game by 2 points at home. I don't see enough difference between these teams to lay the 7 points with Baylor. So I'm going to take the more motivated team, Texas, on the road with the points as the play. Trey, let's go to player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take, stay in that same game that Bear just talked about. Give me Jacoby Walter to go over 15.5 points going up against Texas. I really love this over for Walter in this game. And for what it's worth, this bet is plus money at plus 110. Over 14.5 is minus 145. So I'm just going to give out a plus money bet instead. But I do believe that Walter is going to enjoy himself a great game here. We have a lot of juicy trends in our favor. The first trend is this matchup against Texas. Walter, he is a Texas boy, and he chose Baylor over Texas, and both of them offered him scholarships, and he decided to go with Baylor. So I have to expect him to come this game and dominate against his home state team. And that's exactly what he did against Texas earlier this season at Texas. Walter, he finished with 22 points in that game, and I have to expect him to get a 20-piece nugget in this game as well. That's because Walter, he plays better at home compared to on the road, because Walter, he shoots more times, shoots more efficiently, and he takes more free throws at home as well. That's into an average of 14.8 points per game, which is just under this number. But I expect him to come this game calm, cool, and collected, and he's just going to push us to this over. So give me Jacoby Walter to go over 15.5 points against Texas.
Yeah, Trey, I do like to play there for you. For my player prop today, it's going to be DJ Horne of North Carolina State to go over total points going up against Duke. I really love NC State in this game to win. If they need to win this game in order to make a shot at the NCAA tournament, this team can only go as far as DJ Horne takes them. And he's been really good this season. He's scoring 17.6 points per game on the year. He's shooting 43.7% from the field. And he's going to have his best game of the season if they want to take down Duke. Duke is a great team, both offensively and defensively, but DJ has not cared about who he's been going up against all season long. He's been a machine, scoring 25-plus points in 5 of his last 8 games, and he's coming off a 20-point performance in his last game against North Carolina. I also really love Horne in this game because he gets a ton of shots up per game, taking at least 15 shots or more in 6 consecutive games, and he's also shot double-digit times in every single conference game on the season. Half the battle with these player props is getting a player who will take enough attempts to get you to that total points. We just had that problem with Jamison Battle in the last player prop. I don't think we're going to have that problem today with DJ Horne. All he has to do is get his shots up, hit his average on the season for us to cash this over against Duke. Give me DJ Horne over the total points as the play. Trey, now let's go to that graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be taking Weber State minus 2.5 against Montana State. They're the better team. They have a chance to get a share of their conference tournament, and at the very least get that double bye in the conference tournament. So that's huge. Also going with Jacoby Walter to go over 15.5 points against Texas. He's a Texas boy. He smashed the over in his first game against Texas. This game's at home, so I expect nothing different.
Hook 'em Horns +7 on the road as the play against Baylor. Baylor probably wins, but I think it's a very close game, competitive game down the wire. And then DJ Horne over the total points. NC State storms the court, and DJ Horne goes over his total points against Duke as the play. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Monday, March 4th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called, but you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,